Hey guys, welcome to the 6th episode of the I Am a Show Off Pod. My name is Karina, and you know what? Not spelling it today. You should know it by now. I am not the show off, but my company is Show Off Furniture. 6th episode. Wow, that's going pretty fast. Half a dozen already. I guess that's what happens when you do 2 episodes a week. By the end of the year, I'll have a lot more episodes. I was going to do the math, but no. I'm gonna get it wrong, and then somebody will be like, dude, oh my god, that's my laptop. If it ain't one thing, it's another. But I'm sorry, let me lower the volume. As orders come in, I need to know. And I'm not complaining about orders. Oh my god, please no. I love it. Let that thing go ping, 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 ping a million times. It makes me so happy. Thank you guys. I appreciate my customers. And as Thanksgiving gets closer, I start to think, like, what are we going to do in the house? Are we inviting people? Are we not inviting people? With COVID, is Thanksgiving going to be a thing? Are you guys inviting people to your house? Let me know, because I honestly don't know if I'm inviting people to mine. I'm saying that now, but that's not true. I don't even know why I'm saying that. I'll probably end up texting people later. Hey, do you want to do Thanksgiving at my house? Because I'm cooking. It's the only time of year I eat turkey. And by eat turkey, I mean turkey wing and neck. Okay, I don't know if neck is the right term. Gizzards is coming to mind. You know what? I think it's gizzards. But but why does gizzards sound like butt? No, it's not butt. Gizzards. Turkey neck. I'm just going to go with neck, because then someone's going to tell me that I like to eat turkey butt. No. I like to eat turkey wing and the neck. Once I have my second or third plate during the course of the day, then I'll add more parts of the turkey. But that first plate, just one turkey wing, because if I don't give up one wing to somebody else in the family, then they're going to call me greedy. So one turkey wing and the neck on that first plate. And since I'm of Colombian descent, for the holidays, even for Thanksgiving, my mom makes empanadas antioqueñas and buñuelos and natilla. I don't think they need explanation, but if I had to explain, I'll just say it's heaven on a plate. Oh my god, I love Colombian food. It's comfort food and love all in one plate. Maybe I have food issues. Okay, anyway. So for me this year, the day is gonna mean a lot more than just hanging out with family, with loved ones, giving thanks, talking to my kids about what really happened in history to the natives of this country. Because I don't know if you've noticed, I hope you have, that I'm trying not to whitewash history for my kids, and give them facts at their appropriate age level. But because of Show Off Furniture, this year, not only am I thinking of what we're doing in our house, with our family, with our loved ones, I'm also thinking of Show Off Furniture. And I have to think of the sales aspect of the holiday, and with that Cyber Monday and all that comes along with that. And you guys have no idea, or maybe you do, I don't know, the amount of care and time it takes to pick out an assortment to offer on the website. And I can't ask for Babe for his input, because him and I don't work so well together, at least not in that department. Other things we're pretty good at, but furniture picking of big items? In the almost 19 years we've been together, we've never been able to pick out big furniture without arguing about it. I really don't know what it is about us. He gets aggravated, or maybe I get aggravated, and he follows suit. The first couch we bought together, we searched and argued for months before we found one that we liked, like that we both liked. The last couch we bought was about 2 years ago. I would tell him, I know we're going in there and you're going to get aggravated, but there's no reason for that. And then he would get mad. Maybe I would just get him mad before we walked into the store. I start to not feel good after walking for a while and sitting and testing features. And then I start to get hot, and the salespeople, they start to make small talk, and then they start getting on my nerves. I think Babe gets the same feelings that I get, and he's just like, he gets mad too. So the last time I would laugh, which didn't help, but I couldn't help it. I'm sure our salesperson was dreading us walking through the doors, because, is a big store. It's 2 stories. You're walking the whole thing. You're testing every couch. You're standing, you're sitting, you're figuring out, do you want leather? Do you want fabric? Do you want performance fabric? Do you want vegan leather? Do you want heating? Do you want cooling seats? Do you want vibrating seats? Do you want a chase on the left side? Do you want a chase on the right side? How many chairs do you want to recline? You can't have all recline, because then once you recline them, then they're going to bump, the recline piece is going to bump into each other. And so we had to compromise back and forth. All of these things. And just by the end of it, we're like, I'm leaving. And then we would leave and then not buy anything. So it took us, I want to say months, but maybe it was weeks. It's just that we were going back so often. And I'm sure once the salespeople saw us, they were like, oh my God. I'm sure if Babe walked in by himself, they wouldn't remember him. The guy wouldn't remember him. Or if I walked in by myself, he wouldn't remember me. But once we walked in together, I know he was like, oh my God, it's these people again. Let's walk this whole store, both stories, and they're going to have attitude. He already knew. But after many, many arguments, we picked out a couch. My point is, if Babe and I can't pick out a couch together, there's no way I'm going to ask him to sit with me and go through merchandise to pick, like in the assortment for the website. No thanks. I'd rather do it by myself. But in the beginning, my work area was in the family room. And the PC that I use has a big screen. It's a huge gaming PC that Babe actually built. And it's big and obnoxious, and it has red lights, but the screen is very lovely because it's for graphics, so the colors are real vibrant. And so everybody could see what I'm working on. Whenever I have an item up on the screen, you can see it all the way from the kitchen. And imagine, we're a family of 6, so at any time, one of the 5 is going around the house, walking, doing whatever, and they walk past the screen and they see what I'm working on, and everybody has to give an opinion. So like my mother will walk by, and even though the screen is huge, she has to like get close with her face, and she's like, oh, I don't like that chair. And I'm like, okay. All I can do is breathe and say okay, because I remember when I was a kid one time, she whacked me really hard because she said she knew I was thinking something rude. And people wonder why I have issues. Or Babe will walk by and be like, I don't like the color of that vase. Love you, babe. Or my kids will walk by and say, oh, I want the ottoman, or I want the bed for my room. So patience, and more patience is needed. But I ended up moving my workstation from the family room to the dining room where I sit with the kids, and we made that into an office. So on days when there's no school, I can sit. I don't have to sit in the dining room. There's a small vanity in my room, in my bedroom, and I sit there, and it's by the window, and it's peaceful. And I think I'm more productive there to pick assortments out, because that's not something that I can do with other people. So my mistake originally was listening to everyone's opinion and to try to please everyone. I would pick different items and send them to random people and be like, hey, what do you think of this? Because I don't have coworkers around me to bounce ideas off of. And I would forget. I don't know why I just went blank. Sorry. Silent squirrel. But I was forgetting that I had already planned the assortment out. Like I knew what I wanted, so there was no need to bounce anything off of anybody. So I'm going to give you guys advice if anyone is starting out like I am. My own personal 2 cents or 1 cent. Don't let the outside noise get to you. I'm not saying don't listen to people. Input is good because you want to know about other people's tastes and styles and preferences, and I actually welcome it. But I know how to distinguish between constructive criticism and input meant to help with just noise, because you feel it when someone's being malicious or they're just, I don't know, not trying to be helpful. And hopefully you'll be able to see the difference too and not take everything to heart. In the corporate world in the beginning, it would literally hurt my feelings when something I conceptualized or I bought for my category wasn't received right, because I thought all my stuff was wonderful. It wasn't, but I thought it was at the time. I've enjoyed just about every single category I've worked in the 20 years that I've been in the corporate world, except for one. I was assigned years ago to the category of ink, like ink in a pen. And at the time, I was pregnant with my youngest. So I'm going to blame my pregnancy tiredness on the fact that I would literally start to doze off, like head bobbing or nodding, when the ink manufacturer would start discussing the different types of chemicals or colors used in the ink that was being made at the time. A few times, I'm pretty sure my head almost actually hit the table. One day, my director turned and said, "I'm sorry, are we boring you?" I was so embarrassed. But just the word ink would put me to sleep in those days. It was bad. That category was a real struggle for me at the time. You know what? Just talking about it makes me want to yawn. It's bad. At the moment, there's a furniture market going on, but with COVID, I elected not to travel. And some of my suppliers are accommodating those that aren't traveling like me. And they're giving virtual tours of their showrooms. This way, I don't have to go just by the photos that they send. I can see a video and you kind of feel like you're there. So we're making it work one way or another. There's always a way. And luckily, my suppliers are super nice and they're willing to help however they can. So I'm grateful for that. Hopefully, one day, Shaw Furniture will be big enough that I can have a designer on staff to make my own line of furniture. And I already actually have her all picked out and she knows. And I cannot wait to afford you, girl. One day, let's both cross our fingers. Right now, I'm putting together a December holiday decor assortment, and it's a lot of items. For me, the data entry is the worst part. I've never been a fan of that. My mind starts to wander, and I find any excuse to distract myself. In my last job, I would listen to other people's conversations like a nosy Nelly because I just didn't want to focus on the data entry aspect of creating the individual SKUs. It's so boring. Now I get to do it all by myself at home. Well, I was by myself the last job creating the SKUs, but no coworkers. And I think that's worse, really, because I find every excuse to distract myself. The birds chirping outside, they distract me. Plane flying over, the kids' classes on either side of me. I just don't like the mundaneness of creating SKUs. Mundaneness? That's not a word, is it? There's no one here to answer that, but I'm going to say that that's not a word. And so I'm going to change it to I don't like mundaneness to I don't like mundane things. That sounds better. Okay. So I don't like mundane things like creating web pages and SKUs and image editing and all the fun stuff that entails. And I stopped asking for help with editing images like I told you guys he would do before, because just doing it alone, it just seems like it gets done faster because I don't have to explain anything. And I know it's bad. I know that's a mistake that I'm making. I know. I need to relinquish more of the tasks I can to other people. I know. And I know I can't afford to burn the wick at both ends. But I really I really think that I can do it faster alone. And even if that's the case, even if it's slower when someone else does it, I know that it's a mistake not to accept help or ask for help when I can. So I'll work on that. Look at that. It's turning into a therapy session. But because I don't ask for help or think I can do everything faster, I really need to find a way to decompress my brain at least once a day. And we talked about decompressing last episode. I'm guessing my middle child heard that last episode, which was on Friday. And I was saying that I need to find my workout rhythm again, because she dragged me on a bike ride last night or late afternoon before it went dark. I think we rode about 2 miles, and that left me so winded. So I don't know if that's normal to be winded when you ride a bike. I haven't run in so long that there's just no cardio in my life. And I'm riding, and she's like, "Didn't you say you want to start working out again?" And I'm screaming as we're riding down the street. I'm like, "No, I changed my mind. I want to go home." And I saw one neighbor laughing. I don't care. I'm not ashamed of my laziness. But maybe I need to be ashamed of my laziness. Maybe that'll nip this laziness in the bud. Because I'm not lazy mentally. I can work all day and all that. It's just physically, oh my God. It's like dragging. I can't help it. You know what? I just noticed I lost 2 followers on Instagram. Man, that hurts my soul a bit. I want to be like, hey, excuse me, can I ask you something? Can I know what happened? I have 120 followers at the moment. I had 122. And when one leaves, trust me, I noticed. I may not know who left right away, but when that number drops by 1 or goes up by 1, I notice right away. I don't want to pay for followers because I want it to be organic growth. Like TikTok. That was the last platform I started to consistently post on, and I gained an average of 1 follower a day, I think. I believe right now I'm at 40. Yeah, I'm at 44, and I know that doesn't seem like a lot to y'all. Probably like 44, that's nothing. But on there, I maybe know 2 of my followers. It's not like on IG, where I pretty much harassed my own friends and family to follow. On my own personal private IG page, I have a little over 100 followers, and I want to say maybe a quarter of them accepted the invite to show up space. It's just one of those things you have to shake off and just keep moving. We talked about that last week too. That's fine. Anyway, but my point is that I wonder why the steady growth on TikTok but not IG. I'm still learning, and when I figure it out, I'll let you guys know. I'm sorry, I got distracted by the loss of followers. What was I rambling on about? About SKUs, yes. So that was another mistake. If you're writing down all my mistakes, don't make the same mistakes I'm making. If someone can help you, let them help you, because it's gonna bite you in the ass, or it's gonna bite me in the ass one of these days. I know. I gotta figure it out. And my hurt feelings have distracted me for whatever else I was going to talk about today. So we'll leave it there. And I will say thank you. Thank you for listening, guys. I realize time is a precious commodity, and I appreciate you spending some on me. If you like what you heard so far, please subscribe, tell your friends, and share. And don't forget to check out the website, showoffurniture.com. Show off and then furniture, 3 F's. It's a place where your personality meets your home. I'm also on social media, and the handle is Show Off Furniture, just like the website. Everywhere except for Twitter, where it's Show Off Fern. Show Off and then Fern, Furn. Please hit follow on any of the social media platforms. Show some love, share the images, comment, interact. I'll be glad to talk to you guys. And until next time, may we all have peace of mind and be at peace in our hearts. Goodbye, guys.